Ferrari, the most recognizable car brand in the world. And ever since I was a little kid, I've always dreamt of owning one. Specifically the Ferrari 360, which has been timeless in its looks. So when my buddy Curtis told me he found a 360 that was well priced and really interesting, I was all ears. And it turned out that when another prominent YouTuber who runs some kind of app and channel about VIN numbers was interested, my curiosity was piqued. Unfortunately, this wasn't the car. This was.
Oh boy. So I had the brilliant idea, along with my buddy Curtis over here, to do something really stupid. And really stupid involves buying a really bad Ferrari 360 that's in quite disrepair. So Curtis drove over to Atlanta. He said, hey, I think I found something that's pretty inexpensive. I said, what is inexpensive? And he told me the price. I said, that's on you. If you think you can get it done, let's get it done.
Beautiful 360 that's coming home with us today. Beautiful 360. Look at this, Arnold. You could have that.
So there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done to this Ferrari, and let's take it to the voiceovers, and we're gonna highlight everything wrong with this car.
For starters, this is what 15-year-old BPF looks like when it's been neglected. It's cracked and has turned moldy in between those cracks where the water has seeped. And it's the same story in the back. We can't close the hood because we don't have a way of reopening it since there's no battery or key. We can't roll the windows up because there's no battery or key, and because we need to be able to open the door. The vinyl rear window has endured significant sun damage. Can we restore it, or will it need to be replaced? The soft top has a pair of holes on each side that will require reupholstery. The headlights seem to have been wet sanded and never fully corrected, causing this lens damage. We'll try to restore them. There are spots of total clear coat failure all throughout the car, such as here and here. Paint damage here, as well as clear coat failure on the hood. Some kind of gouge here. There's overspray and scratches on this quarter panel here. There's a dent on the door. There are 3 dents on the hood, as well as a spot of failing clear coat. But this is the worst part. The rear bumper and the challenge grille were damaged, apparently by the dealer. This in turn caused significant damage worth thousands of dollars, so much so that the edge of the bumper completely split apart. Take a look at this. Ferrari used fiberglass during this era, so we'll need to find someone capable of repairing it, assuming that even can be.
Here come the dollies. This is Curtis, everybody.
I'm the idiot.
He's the idiot who decided to buy this car. We have a bit of a problem. So one thing that the dealership that he bought the car from neglected to tell him is that they don't have the key. They claim they lost it. This car's been sitting outside for 4 years plus, and no key. The steering is locked, so the steering wheel can't move it. So it's at this angle. It's at this angle. It means we're gonna have to drag this off this trailer. In fact, they dragged it on the trailer the other day to get it home. And so they're gonna rig up and jerry rig and do all sorts of weird stuff to get this car off and, again, basically drag it. All right, so if you're confused about why there's another trailer and flatbed involved, let me explain. First, what we need to do is tether the rear of the 360 using the other flatbed winch. The deck of the flatbed is then placed on top of the trailer, holding the 360 like a connecting ramp. Because the steering is locked and at a considerable angle, we need to grease up the entire trailer platform and then push on the driver's side to keep it as straight as possible while it's being pulled back. Look at all that effort.
Now that the car is finally rolling, we get it on the other flatbed. It was time to lower it. And we've got to be really careful about this, because we're hoping that the winch holds up and that the car doesn't slip off. And we've got to lower it very, very, very gently. Careful. Easy. Easy now. Okay. Yeah, not like that matters. The bumper was scraped underneath regardless. It's not a big deal. As you can see now, the car rolls off from the front at an angle, and it's time to bring the dollies out so we can finally push the car around. No. If you look closely, you can actually see the dolly gave out. One of the wheels completely snapped. We decided to take a little kneeling break and assess why Curtis purchased such a piece of crap.
Arnold, dude, fill us in. What's going on, man?
That dolly broke.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright.
Fill us in. What's going on?
Status report. Finally got the car off the trailer, off of that trailer, then off of that trailer. Okay. Oh shit. Things are happening. This thing's a piece of garbage. We're gonna have to fix it. There's no key. The steering is locked completely. You can't move it. Trying to get a new key programmed. It's gonna take days. We have to send some parts off for the guy to program it, code it, etc., etc. There's a lot to be done.
And now, with the car off the trailer, let's take a look at the horrendous state of this interior.
Oh my god! Alright, there's so much wrong over here. This entire door panel is totally loose. It's rattling. I don't know how this happens, but yep, that's all flaky. These paddles are completely broken, totally broken. The center console is destroyed, rusty. I don't know what's going on here. We're gonna have to completely sandblast this entire center console, respray it, probably powder coat it or something like that. I mean, you see all the leather damage up here. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Broken handbrake. Leather over here it needs to be stitched back together. That's broken. That's no good. Let's see. These seem okay. There are, let's see, heated seat buttons. I don't remember if these cars even came with heated seats or not. We're kind of debating that right now. We're gonna have to look that up as well. And then this steering wheel is filthy. It's disgusting. It's torn. We're actually thinking of getting a black wheel because we're not particularly fans of the beige. This is the weirdest part about this car, and that is, these are completely different color seats. I don't know why they're brown. We suspect that the dealership that we bought it from couldn't present this car or could make it as presentable as possible without swapping out some seats. So it looks like they found some seats on eBay, or maybe they had somebody quickly reupholster it and they didn't do the greatest job. Well, it's a decent job. The leather's okay, but once they reupholstered it, if you look down there, they covered the buttons. So you can't, the seats work. We put power to the car, they slide forward and back and they tilt and everything, but the buttons on that side, on the passenger side, are covered by the leather. So we've got to cut around that and fix that. So we've got an upholsterer coming tomorrow. We're gonna take apart this dash. We're gonna take apart some of the doors as well. The carpet is nasty. They put a chemical cleaner with a brush, and it's left this nasty, oily, weird residue. It's kind of semi-sticky. So we're gonna have to go through that as well. I'm gonna have a friend of mine kind of go through it, detail it, shampoo it, etc. So those carpets are gonna look a lot better. That's just a lot of stuff. I mean, first things first, the first thing that's gonna happen is this interior's gotta come apart. Parts are gonna have to start getting sent out. So let's get to that.
All right, Curtis has been a busy boy doing some off-camera work. Here we go. Seats are out. The engine's been exposed, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of rust in various parts, so a lot of work to be done. This carpet is a little bit better now, but it's going to need a professional cleaning. We'll post a video. I'll cut in a video of Curtis doing some of the carpet work, and what he extracted was absolutely filthy. Basically charcoal black.
Clear stuff going in. Coming out and all over me. The first clip you saw had clear water. Now I have rat poop water all over me. I'm covered in it.
So yeah, the seats are out, and this is what they look like. And I had mentioned earlier that whoever upholstered this covered the controls. So here's the control over here for the seat, and so we've exposed it for now. Curtis took a little bit of a razor to it, exposed it, and then we'll have the upholsterer fix that. So one of the worst parts about this car is this disgusting clear bra, which is just covered in mold. It's cracked, and notoriously these old 3M films, this is what they do after about 10 years or so. It's going to be a massive effort to remove this. I actually started already right here, and while it might not look like much, we're using a steam gun to heat this up, and then you start scraping away at it using a plastic scraping tool, and then you just kind of do one of these and it breaks apart. But you see these black lines in here, that's mold, that's residue from the BPF adhesive. That's going to take a while. That's going to require residue remover, and I'm not talking glue gun, I'm talking a PPF residue remover, which will be the last step of this process. But doing this and this entire front bumper, that is going to be an arduous task. So I'm going to get back to this.
Now, what I've got to do here is heat up this film with the steam and try to scrape all of the film off. Sounds easy, but it's not. I'm blasting the old BPF, but unfortunately it's still really stuck on there, and so I hit it with the steam again and again and again until I'm realizing I might need to dry ice blast this. Unfortunately, these are the side effects of a car sitting out in the sun for many, many years. Let's see what Curtis is up to.
We get our air freshener. Black ice makes everything smell better when we're going to our timing belts. This has not been off in a long time. You can see this was all crispy. But here's the moment of truth. We get it apart and see if they're in time. So we'll be back to you in a minute. Survey says, holy cow, it hasn't moved in a while. Look at all the rust.
All right, what are you doing in here?
Oh, trying to get so we can turn it over and check that it all lines up.
Okay.
But to get to the front of this, you got to take a little crash box that's here so you can get
What's the
pulley in there.
Oh, sweet. What's the crash box?
Crash box is if you get rear-ended, motor comes this way, it hits a box versus hitting this and going into the back of the seat.
Got it. Okay.
It's frowned upon, a motor in the back of the head.
Cool. Let's get that out.
said crash box.
There it is.
Just a hollow box.
All right. And now it's time to try and turn the engine over.
Watch for tears. Might need a bigger ratchet.
Okay.
Moved a little.
Something. Yeah.
It is not seized. That's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Engine turns over.
Let's get it to top dead center.
There's a lot of rusty belts and rusty pulleys and the tensioner assembly. What are we doing with those?
We have new tensioners, this one and this one coming. We got new pulleys, which is the main rusty bit you see. They definitely haven't moved in a long time because they spin on the belt. That would have broken the rust off. New belts, 2 timing belts, 3 accessory belt, 1, 2, and 1 up here, 3. I've already cut 2 of them off. And then as many hardware and cleaning as we can do to make it shiny again and hide it back behind the panel.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, so this car hasn't ran in 4 years, 5 years, so that's why there seems to be an accumulation of a lot of rust. It's just been sitting. There has been moisture here and there. You know, the windows were kind of cracked open a little bit, and so there's a lot still to be done, but it looks like the engine's okay, but there's still a lot yet to be determined. All right, one of our concerns was, for some reason, it looked like this paddle shifter was broken. It, for some reason, has these weird jagged edges and these dents, and we didn't really understand what the hell was going on, so we took a closer look, and hey, this is some disgusting add-on. Looks like, yeah, that's true. It looks like a door edge guard, yeah. There it is. Why somebody put this on their paddles is beyond us, but the paddle shifters are actually in totally normal condition. Disgusting. And yeah, now there's this amazingly disgusting, I don't know why I'm touching this. This is gross. But yeah, so we just need to take these paddles off, and we are going to powder coat them with our friend John at Luxury Choices.
Shortly after that, Curtis removed these pulleys, the tensioners, the belts, and in the midst of recording this, the mailman paid us a visit. And what did he have? All right, everybody, moment of truth. We got the new keys. Mobilizer's back in the car. We don't know if it runs or not. We don't know what's going on with this. The package literally just arrived. So what we do know, though, is that when we plug the battery in, the seats work. So, oh boy, look at this.
Here we go.
Yes. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for this video today. The next video, we're gonna try and turn the car over with the key. We're gonna try and start it. Anything goes. We don't know what's gonna happen. So stay tuned for part 2.